कॉन्फरन्साक तुमच्या सगळ्यांचे स्वागत करता. आमच्या मदीं आयज खास गोंय राज्याचे माननीय मंत्री वाहतूक तशेंच पंचायत मंत्री श्री मोविन गोदिनोजी हे आमचे नॅशनल एक्झिक्युटीव जे सेंट्रलाचे आहात त्याचे मेंबरूय आहात. दुसरे आमच्या मदीं आहात श्री दयानंद माजी आमदार दयानंद सोपटेजी. आयज ही प्रेस कॉन्फरन्स जी खास आमी मागयल्या तुमकां सगळ्यांक म्हायती दिवपाक की जे आमचे सेंट्रल गव्हर्मेंट आहा म्हणजे मोदींच्या पंतप्रधाना सकयल भारतीय जनता पार्टीचे गव्हर्मेंट जे आसा ताका 8 वर्सां कंप्लीट जाल्लेले आसा आणि 8 वर्सान ज्यो ह्या राष्ट्रा खातीर किंवा गरीब किंवा हांगासरल्या जनते खातीर ज्यो काही स्किम्स केल्लेल्यो आहा किंवा जे काही प्रोग्राम केल्लेले आहा त्याचे जे आहा अचिवमेंट्स ते सांगपाक आणि आमी हो एक पंदरवडो जो त्यांच्या 8 वर्साच्या अचिवमेंटा खातीर मनोवपाचे आहात त्याची एक ब्रीफ म्हायती दिवपा खातीर आमच्या मदीं हे दोनूय मानिस्त आसात. हांव विनंती करता श्री मोविन गोदिनोजी की फुडली जी सुत्रां आहा ती तेंच्यांनी हातीन घेवन कंटिन्यू करचें म्हणून.
नमस्कार. हांगा म्हाजे बरोबर आसा बाब राजसिंग राणे आमचे जनरल सेक्रेटरी नॉर्थ गोवाचे, तशेंच बाब दयानंद सोपटे आमचे एक्स MLA आनी तुमी पत्रकार भाव भयण. हांव पयले सुवातेर तुमकां उनुनीत येवकार दिता हे प्रेस कॉन्फरन्सीचेर. मुद्दम ही प्रेस कॉन्फरन्स आपयला एकूच कारणा खातीर, जेन्ना 8 वर्सां भरता आमचे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री बाब नरेंद्र मोदी तेजे कितें कितें अचिवमेंट्स आसा, देश कसो फुडें वचत आसा, तेजो परिणाम गोंयचेर कितलो जाल्लो आसा, गोंयानूय कितलो बरो विकास जाल्लो आसा तेजी म्हायती दिवपा खातीर. म्हाका दिसता बाब नरेंद्र मोदी प्रधानमंत्री जातकच खंयचे दृश्टीन कामां आख्खे देशान चल्ला ती म्हाका तरी दिसता सगळ्यांक खबर आसा. एक नजर मारल्यार देशाचेर जे गरिबां खातीर तेणें केलां, क्रोरांनी घरां बांदप, उज्ज्वला स्किमा खांदलार आमचे बायलां ना विसरता. आदले तेंपा चुल्यो जोडो यूज करून फू करून दोळे बीन भरून लंग्स भरून घेताले. हें सुद्दां इतले गरीब लोकांचो सारको मना पासून चिंतून तांकां सुद्दां स्कीम काडले आनी हे भाशेन टॉयलेट्स तांकां दिले आनी आख्खे देशान हांव खरें हावजींग स्किमेक खाल्यार गरिबांक घरां दिली. एक चळवळ कशी तेणें जी सुरू केल्ली ती आतां व्हडले प्रमाणान वाडत आसा. गरीब कल्याण जे आमी म्हणटात तेणें बेश्टे आदी एक स्लोगन आसताले गरिबी हटाव म्हणून, तेणें खरें गरिबांचें कल्याण करून दाखयल्लें आसा. आनी म्हाका दिसता त्यो स्किम्यो हांव सांगपाक गेल्यार वेळ पुरो जावपाना. इनफॅक्ट हांव वाचतालो खंयचे सांगपाचें तें हें जाता, पूण थोडक्यान सांगपा म्हणल्यार ह्यो स्किम्यो शेंकड्यांनी आसा, इट्स इन हंड्रेड्स वेगळे वेगळे मळार. पूण उदाहरण आमचे दोळ्या समोर येता. कोवीड टायमार कितले लोकांक तेणें फ्री वॅक्सिनेशन दिलें. 80 crore people to be vaccinated. It is not an easy task. 190 crore people were totally vaccinated. आणि 190 crore फ्री वॅक्सीन दिवप आनी पॅन्डेमीक आहा ते नाकारप व तेजो परिणाम जाता तितलो कमी आमच्या भारतीय देशांत लोकांचेर पडप म्हणल्यार आय थिंक इट स्पीक्स वॉल्युम्स ऑफ हीज परफॉर्मन्स एज प्रायम मिनिस्टर. थोडक्यांनी सांगपाचें म्हणल्यार हांव तशें सांगपाक गेल्यार इस्कुटायन खूब कामां जाल्लीं आसा. मेडिकल कॉलेजीस आख्खे देशान उगडलेले आसा. नॅशनल सेक्युरिटी पॉलिसी तुमी पळयल्यार सुरक्षा आमची सारकी घट प्रमाणान तेणें सांबाळलेली आसा. आज चायना सारको देश जो थिंगाच तांकां स्टॉप करून जे एडवान्स फुडें सरताले तांकां फाटीं दवरलेले आसा. मॉडर्नायजेशन ऑफ द डिफेन्स फोर्सीस तेणें बरे प्रमाणान केल्ले आसा आनी तें करतना मेक इन इंडिया म्हणजे जे आमी वेपन्स भायरसून हाडटाले ते आमी आमच्या देशान हांगा घेवपाचे आनी ते घेयले म्हणटच आमचे इंडस्ट्री वयर सरता, जॉब्स मेळटा आनी आमचे व्हॅल्युएबल फॉरेन एक्सचेंज जे आमी म्हणटात फॉरेक्स ती आमची आमकां दुसऱ्या देशा फारीक करून जे कमी जाताली ती आज आमचेच कडेन उरता आनी वयल्यान एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन आमी एक्सपोर्ट सुद्दां कितलेशे आतां वेपन्स करपाक आमी फुडें गेल्ले आसा. आनी हे वेपन्साचे मॉडर्नायजेशन ऑफ आमी म्हणटा स्पेस टॅक्नॉलॉजी आमी खूंय पावला आज हें सगळ्यांक बरे भाशेन खबर आसा. आनी तेच भाशेन इकनॉमीक रिफॉर्म्स म्हाका मुद्दम सांगपा जाय. सगळ्याहून जास्त इकनॉमीक रिफॉर्म्स मोदीचे खाला येयल्ले आसा आनी म्हाका उल्लेख करून मुद्दम एक रिफॉर्मांचे व्हडल्या रिफॉर्मांचे म्हाका मुद्दम सांगपा जाय म्हणल्यार GST गुड्स एंड सर्विसीस टॅक्स. म्हाका याद जाता जुलय 2017 हें लॉन्च केल्लें आनी तेन्ना खूब लोक दे वे पेसिमिस्टीक, दे वे नॉट कॉन्फिडंट, तांकां विश्वास जायनासलो वन नेशन वन टॅक्स हें केन्ना चलपाना म्हूण. पूण हांव ते GST कावन्सील मेंबर आसा, हांव तेन्ना सारको कॉन्फिडंटली उलयतालो. आय सेड आय एम अ ऑप्टिमिस्ट, दीस इज गोइंग टू सक्सीड इन अ बिग वे. दीस रिफॉर्म इज वन ऑफ द ग्रेटस्ट रिफॉर्म इन इंडिपेंडंट इंडिया. आज गेल्या ते म्हयन्यान 1,68,00,000 crore कलेक्शन जाले. हे म्हयन्या सुद्दां मोर देन 1.40 lakh crore कलेक्शन जाले. What does it speak? That GST is working. What does it say? That this new tax regime of indirect taxation is working under the leadership of Hon'ble Prime Minister Shri Dayanand Modi. This was one of the most difficult and challenging decision. But with the help of his then Finance Minister, late Arun Jaitley ji, and now the most dynamic Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji, this particular reform also is succeeding. And every time आंकडो वाडत आसा. हें कितें दाखयता की आमी आमचे देशान जे रिफॉर्म इंट्रोड्यूस केला ते सगल्यांक बऱ्याक पडला. नाजाल्यार एक स्टेटीन वच, एक कितें वस्त घेयल्यार तेका एक प्रेस आसतलो, एंड वेगळे तरेतरेचे टॅक्स आसतले, एम्बेडेड टॅक्स आसतले. हे सगळे वॉज सबस्युम्ड इन वन टॅक्स, and that is how it became GST. I think even Harvard University students try to study in such a large country how GST has succeeded. This speaks volumes of the leadership of Shri Narendra Modi ji. हे एक व्हडले रिफॉर्म आसा. दुसरे हांव मुद्दम सांगपाक सोदतां, देशाचे उलयतना नॉर्थ इस्टर्न स्टेट सदां एक चळवळ कशी आसताली आनी थिंगा ते मिलिटंट ग्रुप्स आसताले. सदां वायलन्स, डेव्हलपमेंटाचे तरी उतरूच काडप ना अशें जातालें. कित्याक हांव नॉर्थ इस्ट आनी नागालँड बीन हांव ऑब्जर्वर आसलो तेन्ना दुसऱ्या पक्षान आसतना. सो म्हाका खबर आसा थिंगा भोंवपा लोक भिताले. आज पूर्ण बदल जाल्लो आसा आनी ते स्टेटीनी जे आमी म्हणटा हिंगा मायनॉरिटी गोंयान, पूण ते स्टेटीनी ते लोक सुद्दां मायनॉरिटी मेजॉरिटी सगळे फूल सपोर्ट नरेंद्र मोदी गव्हर्मेंटाचे पक्षाक सपोर्ट केल्लो आसा. आमचे गव्हर्मेंट BJPचे थिंगा आसा आनी इन्सर्जन्सी हॅज बीन रिड्युस्ड. डेव्हलपमेंट हॅज टेकन प्लेस. जे टनलां बांदला, रस्त्याचें बांदकाम जाला, जे ब्रिजीस जाला, आख्खे वर्ल्डान ना तसले लॉंग टनल्स, लॉंग ब्रिजीस, लॉंग रेल्वे लायन्स हॅव बीन लेड इन द नॉर्थ इस्ट. कनेक्टिविटी वीच वॉज एबसंट इतले बरे प्रमाणान जाला. उदाहरण दितलें जाल्यार हांवें सांगलां तशें कितल्योश्यो सारके इन प्रिंटेड आय कॅन गिव यू कॉपीज ऑफ दॅट. मुद्दम तुमी बरयतले जाल्यार, पूण हांव सगळें सांगपाक सोदना कित्याक वेळ खूब वयतालो. बट दीज आर द रिफॉर्म्स वॉट ही इज इंट्रोड्यूस. दुसरें, लुकींग एट द इंटरनॅशनल पॉलिसी. आज तुमी म्हाका सांगा, आतां युक्रेन आनी रशिया प्रॉब्लेम जाता, खंयचे देशाचे लिडराचे म्हणजे हीज वर्ड काउंट्स, तो कितें सांगता ते रशियाय आयकता, युक्रेनूय आयकता. वी वर एबल टू गेट ऑल आवर स्टुडंट्स बॅक. 22,000 स्टुडंट्स, विच इज नॉट अ स्मॉल नंबर इन अ वॉर झोन. सीज फायर 2 दीस गॅर थांबयले. ही कोणा ताकद आसा? बाब मोदी आसा. नरेंद्र मोदीजी इज टुडे अ वर्ल्ड लिडर. वेगळ्यो वेगळ्यो आमी कॉन्फरन्सीस पळयता, वयता तेन्ना ताका इतले बरे प्रमाणान येवकार दिता आनी तेजे हीज वर्ड काउंट्स आनी तेजे कडेन सल्ला लोक मागपी आसा. केन्ना मान सम्मान आमचो इतलो उंच नासलो. डायस्पोरा इन वेरियस कंट्रीज, म्हणजे आमचे जे इंडियेचे लोक थिंगा गेल्ले आसा, इन्क्लुडींग आमचे गोंयकार, ताका असलो येवकार दिता. ही लुक्स लायक अ रॉक स्टार एब्रॉड. हे केन्ना खंयचे दुसरे प्रधानमंत्री इतलो मान सम्मान मेळ्ळलो आसा? आनी हे एक्नॉलेज फक्त लोकांनी एक्नॉलेज करूं ना, तुमी मिडियाचेर पळोवन आमी हिंगा भारत देशांत तशेंच गोंयान एप्रिशिएट करूं ना. तेंचेच वर्ल्ड लिडर सगळे एप्रिशिएट करता. एक लिडर, एक प्रायम मिनिस्टर एक देशाचो म्हणपाक लागलो देर इज वन युनिवर्स, वन सन एंड देर इज ओनली वन मोदी. म्हणजे असले कमेंट कितें दाखयता की देश सुरक्षीत आसा. इट इज इन सेफ हँड्स, इट इज इन व्हेरी स्ट्रॉंग हँड्स. मजबूत हातान आमचो देश आसा. असली लिडरशीप आसल्यार म्हाका दिसता आमचे भारत देश डेफिनेटली 21st सेंचुरी जे आमी म्हणटा विल बिलॉंग टू इंडिया एंड इज बिलॉंगींग टू इंडिया थँक्स टू नरेंद्र मोदीजी जे ते स्वप्न दाखयता. आय विल मेक इट अ 5 ट्रिलियन इकॉनॉमी. इट लुक्स अ रियलिटी. सेम वे यू कम टू गोवा. हेजे आदी भाजपा सरकार येचने आदी 8 वर्सां पयलीं कितलो डेव्हलपमेंट जाल्लो, कसो सरकार चलतालो, आतां कितलो डेव्हलपमेंट जाला. दोळ्यान समवर दिसता तसलो डेव्हलपमेंट जाल्लो आसा आमच्या गोंयान पळयल्यार. आमचे अटल सेतू ब्रीज अ विवीड एग्जाम्पल. एक टायमा म्हणटाले 2च ब्रीज पुरो, आज 3य ब्रीज क्राउडेड आसता. दिस इज ऑल्सो वन बीग एग्जाम्पल. मोपा एअरपोर्ट विच इज गोइंग टू बी इनॉग्रेटेड ऑन 15th August. It will start on operating on that day. Another big example. नॉर्थ गोवा डेव्हलपमेंट कमी प्रमाणात जाता म्हणटाले, चान्सूच ना चड प्रमाणात जावपाक. पूण मोपा एअरपोर्ट वेन इट इज कमिशन, वेन इट इज डन, I think that will be the biggest feather in the cap of this government because it will bring about all-round development. आमी म्हणटाले हे व्हडले प्रकल्प येता तेन्ना गोंयकारांक जॉब मेळना. पयरूच आमचे मान्य मुखेलमंत्र्यान डॉक्टर प्रमोद सावंतान सांगला 100% jobs have gone to people of that area, which was a commitment given to those people. मोपा एअरपोर्ट येता जाल्यार तुमचे जमण्यो गेला, तुमी त्याग केल्लो आसा, सॅक्रिफायस युअर लँड, तुमकां कंपन्सेशन तरी मेळ्ळें जाल्यार तुमच्यो जमण्यो गेल्यो. जॉब्स तुमच्या भुरग्यांक दितले म्हूण. येस, 100% jobs have been given to the Pednekars, to entire Pedne taluka, hailing from those areas. Skill Development Institute गायल्लो आसा. कितें आमी व्हडले प्रमाणान आमचे भुरग्यांक नोकऱ्यो दिवपाक आमी कित्याक पावले, तितले लोकांक थिंगा ट्रेन केल्ले आसा. स्कील डेव्हलपमेंट इन्स्टिट्यूट वॉज अ डिमांड. म्हाका याद जाता 2-3 वर्सां पयलीं जेन्ना मिटींग घेतली मोपा एअरपोर्ट येता म्हूण, हांवूय तेन्ना थिंगा झगडपी सांगपी वी नीड टू हॅव अ इन्स्टिट्यूट. जस्ट मियरली ट्रेनिंग फ्यू पीपल फ्रॉम आवर ITIs इज नॉट इनफ. You have to train more people. Therefore, put up your own institute. Train our people. Don't give us the excuse once airport comes, locals cannot be employed. Today, exactly what our state government demanded, BJP government demanded, has been done. You have a skill development institute. With the skill development institute, our boys are skilled enough to be employable at the airport in various facets of the running of the airport. हे कितें दाखयता की आमकां काळजी आसा, आमकां गोंयकारांक जॉब मेळ्ळे जाय. जे आज जॉब ना म्हूण दुसरे स्टेटीन तांकां एकदां वचपा पडटा, ते वचपा पडपा जायना. सो हू हॅज डन दीस? इट इज द लिडरशीप ऑफ श्री नरेंद्र मोदीजी. His 8 years, I will say his guidance, valuable guidance, has ultimately resulted in it petering down to the state level as well, to all state leaders. Every state leader is literally always on his toes. That much of monitoring is there from center. Center sees whether some things are done in a time-bound manner. Center monitors whether works are done in a manner which the Honorable Prime Minister and the central government wants to get done. हे आमकां सारको अनुभव आसा. आनी हे भाशेन म्हाका दिसता both if you look at the other bigger projects, if I may say so, how much the Prime Minister cares for Goa. Nitin Gadkari ji is the other minister who has given lots of things for Goa. Can you believe, for a small state of the size of Goa, he is spending something like 25,000 crores to build better roads, to have better connectivity, have good bridges. Zuari Bridge, which is going to be commissioned in a month's time, one lane is going to be operational. That itself is costing us almost 2,500 crores. The tower, viewing tower, not only that, to build us in tourism. Tourism आमचे फुलचे म्हूण. गोवा डिपेंड्स ऑन टुरिजम. आज मायनिंग बंद जाल्ले कारणान आमकां जाय आनी टुरिस्ट आयिल्ले. आनी आमचे टुरिजम एक्टिविटी वाडलेली, आमचो बांदकाम जे इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर आमी म्हणटा बरो इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर दिवन चड टुरिस्ट येयल्ले जाय. इमॅजिन द सेंटर थिंकिंग putting themselves in our shoes and thinking about us. 2 viewing towers are being built, which will be, as the Hon'ble Minister has told Parliament, it will be better than Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower is supposed to be an iconic tower, viewing tower. Both these towers, what he is giving us, is going to be better than the Eiffel Tower in France. So what does it show? It shows the care they have for Goa. Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has never forgotten the fact that he was appointed the campaign chief from this tiny state of Goa. From thereafter, he became the campaign chief, he became the Prime Minister, and now history speaks for itself, what he has become, maturing into one of the best world leaders. And this should be a matter of pride for us, all Goans and all Indians, that we have such a leader. India was able to get such a leader in its rank, and it is through the Bharatiya Janata Party that we have a very successful and performing Prime Minister who cares for the poor, who wants inclusive growth, who believes in carrying everybody along with him. म्हणून ते स्लोगन दिले आसा. स्लोगन तेजे कितें? सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास and सबका प्रयास. Means you also have to make effort. He realizes, yes, while we have to win the confidence of everybody, while we have to have real development, while we have to carry all sections of society together, it has to be a combined effort, a prayas from everyone, and that is what I want our Goans to understand. आणि म्हाका तरी दिसता की आमकां जे केन्ना म्हणटा आजचे दिन कब आएंगे, आता एकदा तुम्ही जाणा आजचे दिन येवना म्हूण थोडे म्हणटा. कशें येवना ते येवना म्हणटा ते हांव नाको. एक तेणी लक्षांत दवरपा जाय, केन्ना केन्ना आमचे टिका जाता, पेट्रोल कित्याक इतले डिझल कित्याक कॉस्टली. बिफोर यू आस्क क्वेश्चन आय एम टेलिंग यू, डू दे फॉरगेट that internationally the prices of crude are rising at a very fast rate, and whenever they have been low, whenever it is possible, government has lowered. Recently it lowered the rates on petrol and diesel, taking into account the common man चड हेजा त्रास जाता. आनी एक हांव सांगपाक सोदता ते दृश्टीन accumulated जे आमी सबसिडी दिताले, it had a big impact on overall finances. एकदा ते खोदले काय ते व्हडलो खोंड मारून दवरता, ते भरता म्हणल्यार आमचे जेन्ना बाब मोदी आयलो ते खूब त्रास जाले. आज वी आर ऑन अ व्हेरी स्ट्रॉंग अँड साऊंड फुटींग. दीस वील बी समथींग वीच वील बिकम समथींग ऑफ द पास्ट. तुमी एक जाणा जावपा जाय, टुडे आफ्टर द कोवीड देर आर मेनी न्यू नॉर्मल्स. Many new industries have come up. Old industries are not doing as well. New activities have been resultant as a case, and people have adapted and people have met those challenges thanks to the help given by the government. That's why even the poor people were looked after. Even मायग्रेशनाचे तेन्ना प्रॉब्लेम जाले, मुद्दम आठवण करता मायग्रंट्सांचे. आज ई-श्रम कार्ड म्हणून सेंट्रल गव्हर्मेंटान केला. Wherever they go, one nation, one ration card kela, they'll get ration. Means see the thinking that goes into this Prime Minister. Even future resultant problem, his schemes are going to take care, and that is how he works. And I am very confident that under his leadership and under the leadership of Dr. Pramod Sawant in Goa, we are in for much better growth as far as Goa is concerned. Much better things as far as Goa is concerned. Goans will have something exceptional development. Goans will have ample opportunity, and this is how this government is working, and it is there for everyone to see. If I also I will give simple example, like in my own panchayat, for the first time we have the technical cell, which was a game changer. Fast development is taking place after the technical cell had come. You can ask any sarpanch. That was the biggest game changer. We have now got electrical buses in transport, which is not only having comfortable traveling for the public, but it saves the environment because there is no pollution with electrical buses. there is no noise pollution. So we are thinking futuristic. So we have to do something which impacts the life of everyone, and we are fully conscious. Ultimately, any government, what does it strive for? Improving the quality of life of the people. What is our Prime Minister striving for? Improving the quality of the life of its citizens, of improving the conditions of our poor, bringing them out of the marginalized level. And हे भाशेन म्हाका दिसता बऱ्यांतलो बरो विकास ह्या देशान जाता. I take this opportunity of congratulating our Honorable Prime Minister and hope he starts working this as well and as hard, not only as India's leader, but to also get peace in the world, because his word counts today. We know how much world economies have been damaged because of the Ukraine and Russia war. We don't want that impact to impact us so much that it will really start hurting us very badly. I hope our Honorable Prime Minister even takes interest in that which he is taking, and I'm sure he will play a much bigger role than what he is playing. This is our leader, this is India. This is ultimately a new India. It is not the India of the old. So everyone recognizes that. Therefore, my good wishes and congratulations to the Honorable Prime Minister and his band of committed central government ministers who also have performed exceptionally well. I may choose to single out our Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji. Before concluding and asking you questions, you asking me questions, I also want to conclude that there was a demand from me made very strongly in the GST Council, which I am a member. I said when dues remain pending, like compensation was pending for a long time, for months together, I said for small states, small amounts matter. Other states it's thousands and thousands of crores. For us it is some few hundred crores. Please clear us as of date. It will help us because we have been taking loans. We have to service our debt. We have to pay the contractors. We have to pay various things in the government. So small states, there is a big impact. And I am very grateful to her that 1,291 crores were cleared in one go. Up till May, GST dues were paid. So that was my demand. And I think it has also helped the other smaller states, which also she has cleared. In fact, jokingly, many times she calls me champion of smaller states has come in the GST Council. Sometimes it has happened. But I consistently kept raising this particular demand that we have to help smaller states. My further demand is going to be that you have to give us more assistance. 60-40 assistance is not enough. Special category state you cannot get as of now. Therefore, I want to say, like it happens in some of the northeastern states, consider going back to the old formula of 90-10 or 80-20. This is going to be my next demand before the Union Finance Ministry, and whenever I get a chance, even before the Honorable Prime Minister. Goa needs support. See, we cannot forget one thing. You and I welcome the foreign guests who come here. Welcome our guests from the rest of the country. We play host to them. While playing host to them, our infrastructure definitely takes a hit. You and I have to bear the pains of that. Suddenly commodities may increase, or you pay a higher price because so much of influx coming in. So that can be done well if we get more assistance from the center, which they would be willing to give. So my next demand will be evolve a formula for us where we get more central assistance. We may develop Goa in a much better way and really carry it forward to its glory, which we are capable of doing. With this, I think I have covered most of the points. As I said, if I look at the achievements, these are several pages. And of course, Digital India is one of the pet subjects of the Honorable Prime Minister. Your every transaction going digital, then bring about the digital footprint in our department where there is interface with the employees become less. I have done it in the transport department. I want to carry that footprint even further. And then of course, there are various other things which are being developed. Culturally, we have been on the rise. You have the Statue of Unity world's tallest statue. In fact, some of you should go and see it, of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in Gujarat. It is really worth seeing. And several other things like this are happening. Our country is changing. So thanks to Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji once again. And I think whatever I wanted to cover in the shortest possible time, I have covered. Like if I go through everything, it will take a few hours, which also you would also not like. So now I would leave the floor open to you if you have any questions.
When you just said that the country has achieved big strides in terms of security, around 38,000 square meters of land in the North China has illegally occupied. Recently, 2 years back, there was that Galwan skirmish. There was some land which was usurped by the Chinese. What would you like to say on that?
See, if you look at the whole scenario, Galwan is one incident where our armed forces taught the Chinese a lesson. In fact, it was their endeavor to come even further than Galwan, right inside. Our people, our soldiers, our defense forces stopped them in the track very strongly. Now, you are saying this is only, I think it is only in the media that some people are alleging. And I remember the reply given by the central government. Several lakh square kilometers were allowed to be usurped by China during the tenure of the previous government, Congress government. And I remember the reply in Parliament of the ex-Prime Minister. Not a grain of grass grows in that land. So what if we lose it? This was an argument being advanced in Parliament, which was a very unhealthy argument, which was detrimental to the country. Now when you have lakhs of square meters which have been usurped by them, in the forward movement perhaps, if they have come forward which we stop them in that track, that is not a boundary which we have accepted. That is not the line of control which we have accepted. That's why the dispute still continues. But we have succeeded in stopping them in that track. That is most important.
The government appears to be very sketchy in giving information about the land usurped by China.
No. I think we have been very clear. The written answers have been there in Parliament. It has been publicized. And I also have been quietly following it because it is also of my interest. It is India which has come of age under Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And it is because of the security of the world also that matters, that Quad has been formed to stop China. If one country could do it alone, whether India or even United States or Australia or Japan, then they would have done it. No? Why all of have come together? Because we need to contain them. They have made expansionist designs which India never looks at expanding by usurping some other country's land. That is the fundamental difference.
So, त्या टायमार आयटीओन जी इलिगल भरती जाली पळय तर रिपोर्ट डायरेक्टराकडे पावला पूण तेजेर आजुनूच कोण कांय उलयना तो रिपोर्ट कितें म्हणटा ती भरती जाल्ली पळय ती लिगल काय इलिगल
पळय तेजेर सरकारान योग्य निर्णय तो घेवपाक केल्लो आसा. तेजी एन्क्वायरी जाय जाल्यार आमी परत सुद्दां एन्क्वायरी जाय जाल्यार करतले एक्झॅक्टली फायंड आवट करपाक. कित्याक तेन्ना सरकार आसलें तेणें तशेंच तें दवरलेलें आसा. आय एम लुकींग एट इट व्हेरी केअरफुली एंड आय वील टेक अ कन्सिडर्ड डिसिजन.
म्हापसा जे आरटीओ ऑफिस आसा पळय ती पयलीं शिफ्ट करता म्हणून न्यू बस स्टँडार हे केलें पूण आजून तें कांय हें ना सद्या आनी तें कंजेस्टेड आसा तर न्यू बिल्डींग बी बांदपाचें तुमी कितें हें केल्लें आसा
पळय ते तशें पळोवपाक गेल्यार हांव मान्य करतां की इट नीड्स अ बिगर स्पेस. इनफॅक्ट फॉर बेटर फंक्शनींग मुद्दम सांगपाचें म्हणल्यार पंचायत डिपार्टमेंट जे म्हाजें आसलें नाव फ्रॉम जुंता हावस इट हॅज मूव टू मायल्स सायड, अ मॉडर्न थिंग वे मोर दॅन 500 people visit. And I impressed upon Hon'ble Chief Minister that we need such a office because people will get down from one bus, थिंगा लोकां मेळपा येतलीं. तेच भशेन आरटीओय अशें डिपार्टमेंट आसा की खूब लोक येता. आतां पूण आमी एक येवजिला डिजिटल फुटप्रिंट जे इन्क्रीज करता म्हणटा तें इंटरफेस विथ द ऑफिसर्स एंड दीस वील बी लेस ऑन योर गोईंग ऑन योर मोबायल फोन or whatever app you are using, the interaction and people needing to go to the office, we will be reducing that. So my congestion this pan that will happen maybe in a year's time. ना बट एट द सेम टायम एट द सेम टायम हांव तुजें मान्य करता जाता जाल्यार बरें दुसरे कडेन खंय मेळ्ळ्यार शिफ्ट करपाक बिकॉज दॅट इज नॉट द वे दे शूड फंक्शन आय हॅव सीन इट माय सेल्फ.
कितलेशे क्रोर्स आतां हेका रोड्स करपाक बी येयले अशें तुवें आत्तां म्हटलेलें. म्हाका एक जाणून घेवपाक जाय फक्त रोड्स करता ताका सायन बोर्ड्स फाटलीं 2 वर्सां आतां तूं मिनिस्टर आसा पूण फाटलीं 2 वर्सां पासून होच हें चालूच आसा क्वेश्चन चालू आसा आमी कितें स्टोरी करता पण आयज पर्यंत सायन बोर्ड लोकां खातीर खंय दिसना आनी एक्सिडंट इतले जाता की तेजेर कोणाचें हें ना. आतां पयशे फक्त येता म्हणटा तुमी खरंच तेजेर जाता काय. आनी दुसरो क्वेश्चन आसा तुवें म्हटलें की सगळे आमी जाणट्या खातीर हें केलें तें जालें सगळें जालें बरें केलें मोदीन बरें केलें अशें म्हणटा सारकें आसा पण सिलिंडर खंय पावला सिलिंडराची रेट कित्याक सकयल येना हे जनतेचो प्रश्न आहा न्ही म्हाजो. हाचेर तुका कितें म्हणपाचें.
एक म्हणल्यार तुवें फर्स्ट मुद्दो मांडला तो कित्याचेर सायन बोर्ड्साचेर. सायन बोर्ड्स आय एम द चेअरमॅन ऑफ द सेफ्टी कमिटी ऑफ द गव्हर्मेंट रोड्स. आय हॅव ऑलरेडी फास्ट ट्रॅक दॅट. दोग जाणांक आमी कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट एवॉर्ड करपाचें आसा ऑलरेडी इट इज इन फास्ट ट्रॅक ना आतां दिता आमी सायन बोर्ड बसोवपा ऑलरेडी इट हॅज रीच द फायनल स्टेज. यू वील सी न्यू सायन बोर्ड्स कमींग इन एंटायर गोवा. नंबर 1. नंबर 2 सायन बोर्ड्साचें कितें येना तेंय सांगता. तुमी आतां पळयला रस्त्याचो इतलो बदल जाता न्यू रोड्स येता इतलो फास्ट डेवलपमेंट जाता एक कोणें सायन बोर्ड बसयल्यार रोखडेंच ते बदल करून दुसरे कडेन घालचो पडटलो. बट नाव वी हॅव रीच्ड अ स्टेज वी कॅन पूट दोज सायन बोर्ड्स. ऑलरेडी आय हॅव इन्स्ट्रक्टेड इनफॅक्ट ह्या दिसांनीच हांव ती मिटींग घेवपाची आसा आनी वेवस्थीतपणे सगळे कडेन सायन बोर्ड बसोवपाक आमी आतां करतले.
सिलिंडर्स
You are asking me a question as if I am the central minister. Our local, as far as our government is, no. As far as
म्हारगाय जाल्या म्हणटा
ना
तुमी हांगा मिनिस्टर
गृह आधार स्कीम आमी दिल्लीच आहा मरे ताका लागून ती गृह आधार कित्याक केल्ली म्हणजे म्हारगाये लागून केल्लें. सिलिंडराचे हो डिमांड केंद्रा कडेन सगळे स्टेट गव्हर्मेंटांनी रिक्वेस्ट केला आमीय केल्लो आसा. फुडारा कितें तरी बरो निकाल तो दिवपाचो कितें येता तो आमी अपेक्षा करता.
गृह आधार घेवप पडटा सिलिंडराक घेवप
ना तशें ना.
कितें फायदो तेजेर.
मोहित सर आनी कलंगूट डॉल्फिन सरकारा कडेन जे सायन बोर्ड वयर आसपाक जाय थंय एक PWDचो एक हे आसा वाल आसा तो सायन बोर्ड काडून तो वाल कवर करपाक ते दवरता. पर्यटक लोकांक थंय दिसो सुद्दां ना डायरेक्शन खंय कशें वचप तें टुरिस्ट सगळे कन्फ्यूज जाता. 2 वर्सां हेजेर न्यूज सुद्दां केल्ली तरी पूण हेजेर लक्ष ना तुजे डिपार्टमेंट खंय.
प्लीज तूं म्हाका ते वॉट्सॅपार धाड. आय वील टेक इमिडिएट एक्शन. ते सेपरेटली करपा लायता बिकॉज दॅट इज अ प्लेस वे मॅक्सिमम टुरिस्ट कम. ओके इट एस्केप माय अटेन्शन समहाव पूण म्हाका वॉट्सॅपार आजूच धाड. आय वील टेक इमिडिएट एक्शन.
When the government, BJP-led government came up with this development agenda, it was a very good agenda. But is the government changing tracks with the debate now being on converger, building temples? Do you think the government is changing tracks from development to religious?
No, not at all. I don't think so. We are fully committed to all-round development, everybody's development in entire Goa. There is no doubt about that.
But there is also debate on convergence and building temples. What is that has to do?
I think it is unnecessarily being blown out of proportion. What is simply telling, even it is actually the archaeological department and the central government which is trying to restore those temples and those places which are of archaeological interest to reshape them and do whatever is necessary to sort of rebuild them. What is wrong in that? There is nothing beyond that. There is no agenda beyond that. People are reading something else. Perhaps it is not sometimes so well said as it should be when it comes in public domain. But I am telling you, there is no such attempt. It is only the Archaeological Survey of India and that department along with state government trying to put restore history in a manner where some broken structures are being repaired, that's all, and put it back in the same manner. Anything wrong in that?
What is your personal view on conversion? Does conversion take place in Goa?
I don't think so. See, first of all, we should rake up this controversy. when there are no conversions taking place. I don't think it was a one-off case of one particular person. I think law will take its course. So why we should break our heads and bring it in the public domain and cause confusion among the public?
Anti-conversion bill has to come up with law.
What is that?
Anti-conversion bill has to come up with law.
See, there are various opinions being expressed. We will take a very considered view.
पंचायत इलेक्शन होतं की
पंचायत इलेक्शन कितलेच पार्टी केपे सांगला मरे पळय आमी जावन इलेक्शन डिले करपाक कोरोना आमकां मातशें पूण इच्छा ना आमकां कितें फरक पडटा इज इट ऑन पार्टी लेवल फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट इज ऑन नॉन पार्टिसन इलेक्शन वीच टेक्स प्लेस नाव वेन सेंट्रल गव्हर्मेंट सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ this land says very clearly you have to pass the triple test for reservation for OBC. Can we, you and I float that particular direction? And in the same judgment, it also says that elections are to be held in time. It is basically that judgment was meant for those particular two states where elections were not held for several years. गोंयान केन्ना अशें जालां 2 वर्सां 3 वर्सां 5 वर्सां election जावंकूच ना. In the same judgment, there is a paragraph, एक वाक्य आसा, that in case administrator has to be appointed, elections should be held not later than 6 months from the date of expiry of the term. आता 19 expire जाता, तेजो meaning कितें? तेजे 6 म्हयन्याच्या आदी तूं election करपा जाय. So one side we will follow the triple test, other side reservations will take place and then we'll have the election within the period of before the period of 6 months. Maybe it will happen after 3 months also.
Mauvin, I think it's a question of semantics here. The Supreme Court is very clear. If you cannot have the triple test, you cannot pass, then hold the constitutional elections have to come first.
No. See, if you are suggesting, as some people have been saying, we are not going to fall in this trap, that don't have reservation for OBC, go have the election. Sorry, it cannot be done. You have to have reservations for OBC, just as you have reservation for ST and SC. This is also a constitutional mandate to have reservation because to bring those people up. When the reservation will cease, that is much later, several decades later it may happen. So let us not get into those things.
So मागच्या वर्षांमध्ये सेकंड फेज केन्ना काम स्टार्ट जातलें?
माझी प्रयत्न आसा जाता तितले बेगीन करपाक. हांव तेजे हेचांनी तेजे फायल मागयला आनी ऑफिसरांक घेवन बसतलो.
इलेक्शन आता पुढे चुकलं जातं ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेटर कोणाक
हांवूच नको म्हाका ऑफिसरांक घेवन बसपा जाय बाकीच्या सगळ्यांक घेवपा जाय कायदो प्रमाणे बसयतलो जो आमचो कायदो सांगता पंचायती राज सांगता ते प्रमाणे हांव डिसिजन घेतलो कोणा
सरपंच आणि सेक्रेटरी परत
हे तुझे पत्राक बुलय आनी बाकीच्यांकूय बुलय म्हूण सांग आमकां डिसिजन घेवपाक बऱ्या पडटलें.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.